Hey guys, this is Don from TechAdvisor here at IFA 2019 in Berlin, where you can see I'm on a slightly moody grey rooftop for ASUS's pre-IFA press event, where I've seen a few new products, and one of them is the VivoWatch SP, which is the latest in the VivoWatch line. We saw the first VivoWatch at Computex 2018, that was the VivoWatch BP. It was a pretty ugly, clunky bit of a smartwatch. The SP looks a lot nicer, so let's see what's different. So, what's interesting about the VivoWatch SP is it's got a couple sensors that you won't find in every smartwatch. Obviously it's got heart rate, step tracking, all of that on the back against my wrist, which you can't see right now. But what it's also got is ECG and PPG sensors, which are both on the sides, and there's also some underneath checking against the wrist too. So ECG you'll probably know, that's electrocardiogram. That's what's in the Apple Watch. There's a TicWatch with it, a few things like that, though none of them have actually come to the UK yet. PPG you may not know, I actually had to look it up, and I'm going to be reading this off a phone screen right now. PPG is photoplethysmogram. Yeah, photoplethysmogram. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, sorry. Basically it's an optical sensor, so it's part of checking blood flow and things like that. So, those sort of health features tie into a few things. Blood pressure is kind of an obvious one, that's something you might want to know. Pulse O2 you might be less familiar with. It's something we've seen in a few Fitbits, and they're finally trying to make use of it on the Fitbit side. We'll see it here. It ties into sleep quality stuff, so you won't see it on here, but if you open the main app, which has sort of some like algorithmic AI features, it uses that Pulse O2 sensor, which is basically detecting how much oxygen is in your blood at any given time. That's one of the signs of how well you've been sleeping, how restful your sleep is. So once you measure that, it can be an extra sleep indicator beyond just how much time you actually spent asleep and all the existing kind of measures of deep sleep, shallow sleep, REM sleep, stuff like that. One thing you've probably noticed as we're sliding through all this is that the watch display itself is fairly dim, but it's also, and potentially looking horrible on the camera, very reflective. So that's a conscious thing. ASUS has gone for a really low brightness display with this reflective coating, which actually makes it still quite easy to see. The big benefit of that basically is battery life. This has a 14-day battery life, which isn't unheard of in smartwatches, but for one with all of this health tracking stuff, that is actually pretty good. Especially once you throw in, it's still a fully featured smartwatch. It's going to give you all your notifications for email, messages, phone calls, stuff like that. It'll Bluetooth connect to your phone for other functionality. It's not running Android Wear or anything like that, so you're stuck in the sort of ASUS ecosystem, which means slightly limited app support compared to some other smartwatches, but it's not too bad. What we don't know is release date or pricing yet. The last VivoWatch never came to the UK. I'd honestly be a bit surprised if this one did either. Because of those health features, they make it trickier to get certification in some markets. It probably will come to the US though, and a lot of Asian markets as well, where I imagine it'll be very popular because anything that gives you more health information you can take to your doctor is worth it. And, you know, it looks like a nice smartwatch. It's a little bit chunky, but not too bad. It packs standard 22mm watch straps. You can put on any strap you want other than this one. It's also got 50 ATM water resistance. You can go swimming with it. I believe there's swim tracking built in, but I'm not 100% sure. So basically, it's more in that like fitness tracker health device kind of space than like an Apple Watch, but it looks okay while it's doing it. It's not the prettiest watch in the world, but it's pretty nice looking. So if you're in one of the countries that get this, yeah, it may be worth a look.